Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mr. English.Teacherr, and I'm so glad you're here today. Because in this lesson, we're going to talk about one of the most common challenges every English learner faces, listening. And no, I'm not talking about listening with subtitles or guessing what's being said. I'm talking about real listening, understanding English naturally, without confusion, without getting lost, and without needing subtitles. Sounds nice, right? Now, let's be honest. How many times have you watched a movie or a YouTube video in English and kept the subtitles on because you were scared you wouldn't understand anything? I know, it feels safer that way. Subtitles make you feel comfortable. But here's the truth. When your eyes do all the work, your ears don't learn. You think you're listening, but in reality, you're reading. And the moment you turn off the subtitles, it feels like your brain hits a wall. I don't understand a single word. That's exactly why many learners get stuck. They become dependent on subtitles, like a crutch, and without training their ears, they can't walk on their own. Today, I'll show you a different approach. A step-by-step way to train your ears, your brain, and your listening skills, so that English starts to sound natural and clear. And the best part? You don't have to spend hours memorizing words or listening for 10 hours a day. It's not about how much you study. It's about how you study. Let's start with your materials. This may sound simple, but it's actually where most learners make mistakes. Many people start by listening to the news, fast movies, or complex podcasts. The speakers talk too fast, use slang, make jokes, and sometimes the audio isn't even clear. The result? Frustration. My English is terrible, what you think. I can't understand anything. But here's the good news. It's not your fault. The problem is with the material, not you. Think of it like climbing a mountain. If you try to climb Mount Everest on your first day, of course, you'll fail. But if you start with a small hill, you'll walk, climb, and eventually reach the top. Listening works the same way. You start small, stay consistent, and grow stronger over time. In the beginning, you need what I call high context English, content that helps you understand the meaning, story, or situation even if you don't catch every word. This way, your brain can guess the meaning from context. For example, imagine watching a children's cartoon in English. The characters move, make faces, and the visuals tell the story. A kid wakes up, eats breakfast, goes to school. Even if you don't understand every word, your brain connects the dots because the actions are clear. Another great example is a simple story podcast for English learners. The narrator speaks slowly, sentences are short, and the topics are everyday life, like I brush my teeth, I eat breakfast, or I go to school. You already know these actions, so your brain naturally fills in the meaning. This kind of content is safe, clear, and helps you build confidence. Once you've chosen the right content, the next step is how you listen. Many learners press play, listen once, don't understand, and give up. But listening once is not enough. Your ears and brain need repetition. They need training. That's why I always recommend what I call the 3-listen rule. 1. First listen, for the general meaning, the gist. Don't try to understand every word. Focus on the overall message. For example, this story is about food, or this person is going to work. That's enough for the first round. Second listen, for key phrases. Now, listen again and notice repeated expressions or chunks like, I woke up early, or I went to the shop. Don't focus on individual words. Pay attention to the sound and rhythm of phrases. Third listen, for details. Finally, listen for small details like, I woke up at 7 o'clock, or I bought 3 apples. You don't have to catch everything, just enough to add depth to your understanding. Think of it like looking at a painting. First, you stand back and see the overall shape. Then, you move closer to notice patterns. Finally, you look carefully at the fine details and colours. Listening works exactly the same way. Now, here's something really important. Don't panic if you miss a word. Many learners think, if I miss one word, I don't understand anything. But let me tell you a secret. Even native speakers don't understand every word all the time. Imagine 2 native speakers chatting, and one uses a new expression, the other doesn't stop and panic. They keep listening and use context, tone, and emotion to understand. You should do the same. Real listening isn't about catching 100% of the words. It's about understanding the message, following the story, and connecting the meaning. For instance, if someone says, "Hey, do you want to grab a coffee later?" and you don't know the word grab, you can still understand coffee and later give you enough clues. They want to have coffee with you. That's all you need. So how can you practice this every day? 1. Choose short, simple content. Podcasts, cartoons, or YouTube videos with clear topics. 2. No subtitles. Let your ears do the work. 3. Apply the 3-listen rule. Gist, phrases, details. 4. If needed, check subtitles afterward to clarify. 5. Practice every day, even just 10 minutes. Consistency matters more than time. Over time, your ears will get stronger, your brain will connect sounds to meaning faster, and your confidence will grow. You'll start understanding English naturally, and your speaking will improve too, because listening and speaking are connected. By the way, I've collected all my listening strategies, exercises, and step-by-step tips in my English listening ebook. It's made for learners like you who want to improve their listening, build confidence, and enjoy the process. This book doesn't make you memorize. It helps you understand and learn naturally. If you're serious about improving your English, this ebook can become your daily guide. Remember, the best kind of practice is fun, simple, and consistent. You don't need hours of study. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day, used the right way, will make a huge difference. Train your ears, trust your brain, and give yourself time. Step by step, your listening will transform completely. All right, my friends, that's all for today's lesson. Keep listening, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. Your ears are stronger than you think, and you understand much more English than you realize. For more tips, mini lessons, and daily motivation, follow me on Instagram. And if you want a clear, structured way to boost your listening and confidence, check out my ebook. The link's in the description. Thanks for watching. I'm Mr. English Teacher. Keep learning, keep listening, and keep believing in yourself. See you in the next lesson.